Good morning. Good morning, guys. What's happening? Happy Thursday, February the 12th. Yeah, we're getting through it. We are getting through it. How's everybody doing this morning? What is happening? 3, 4 coffees deep. 61 on the sleep score. All right. Not bad. Not great. Good morning, Dan Bennett. Breaking the tape this morning. Turning over a new leaf. Good morning, Wiley and Shane and Roy. Jess Novak is here. Had a great podcast with Jess yesterday. Good morning, Sherry. Check it out. It's on all my stuff. Jess shared it out as well, so it's easy to find. And you can check it out on YouTube. You can check it out on Spotify. You can check it out on Apple Podcasts. So it's a great one. We talked about being a woman in construction. We talked about life a little bit, things, right? Had a good time. We had a great conversation. So just the kind of podcast I like to have. And Jess was a great guest. So check it out, the Jess Novak podcast on the Summit podcast. We'll get the link in here too. I think Wendy's just jumping on. So good morning, Tim Kasperzak. Yeah, it's 7 a.m. where Dan is. My word, Dan, what is going on? Elizabeth Greer, welcome from Natchez. That's going to be a thing now. Good morning, Bubba. What's happening, my friend? Yeah. How are you guys? Yeah, I did the Contractor 101 call last night inside of our Rosenberg group community, and that was cool. And several guests. We talked about scope and just getting the scope right and doing the things that keep you out of trouble. So good morning, North Star Mortgage on Instagram. Good to see you guys. Dave Davis from Denver is here. The link I mentioned was the podcast, Wendy. So the either YouTube or Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Just pop them in if you can find them. I'd like people to be able to access the podcast I did yesterday with Jess Novak. So we had a great time, good conversation. And you guys will be seeing some of the reels pop up in the next few days. So had a great time. We had a great conversation. So yeah, for sure. Wearing my WWBD shirt today. Says Dan Bennett. Love it. What I miss? Forget the time. Ben, you're the timekeeper, dude. Timekeeper and chief weatherman. You got to get that shit right. So yeah, well, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Yeah, we're getting stuff tightened up around here. It's not. It might look like we still live here, and I guess we do. But we're down to 2 bikes. You gotta have a couple bikes. Shuffleboard and ping pong tables are going today. Still have a small pool table. Somebody's interested, so maybe that's be going with me. That and the hot tub. I can't decide if I want to get rid of the hot tub or move it. It's just a small 2-person one, but we'll see. We're still trying to figure that out. So thank you for posting the link. 71 down there in Florida, Pensacola area, Bubba. Jess is in Naples. I talked with her again. I talked to her yesterday about the weather. Yeah, it's nice. My friend Dave, I don't know if he's jumped on here yet. Dave Brackett, he's in Punta Gorda. So we got a pretty good Florida contingent on here. Good morning, Tim Tripp. What's happening? Dave Davis says Ben Bryant, LOL. Yeah, come on, Ben, get it right, man. If you're gonna step into this timekeeper role, you got to be punctual. Jace, good to see you, buddy. Bill Hillstrom, the guys from the turf business out there in Texas jumping in. We got all kinds of states. We got New York. We got wherever Ben Bryant lives, Rhode Island, but in Texas, Colorado, Florida, and Tennessee. We got everything going on here. I'm missing something in Maine, Wisconsin, and here comes another Floridian. Kevin Hawthorne is here. So good to see you, my man. So thank you for checking us out. Thank you for sharing it out. I appreciate you guys. And thank you guys for getting behind Job Tread with me yesterday. I always like to do that and try to encourage those that are running trades-based businesses to pick up some construction management software, construction business management software, all of that, okay? The guys at Job Tread are great dudes, and and dudettes, and we love to support them when we can. So because they're great at doing the same thing. Good morning, Rachel. Good to see you. Yeah. So hey, talked a little bit about clarity this week, and I want to kind of expand on that a little bit. Getting clear about some tough conversations, right? Avoided conversations are leadership debt. Think about that for a minute. We try to level up leaders here, right? So we want to talk about how avoiding hard conversations compounds stress and resentment and dysfunction. Okay, you just let that stuff build, right? And it just kind of goes on the pile, right? Every avoided conversation becomes leadership debt, guys. And like all debt, what does it do? It compounds, right? It's hard to get out from under it if you don't handle it, okay? Most leaders aren't stressed because of what they're dealing with. Not really. They're stressed because of what they're avoiding. It's just on the pile, and it keeps piling up, okay? And it just gets heavier and heavier all the time. Those hard conversations, guys, I can tell you, they don't get easier with time. They get harder. You got to have them, okay? Avoidance, not dealing with it, and I'll deal with it tomorrow. I'll deal with it down the road. I can deal with it. I'll put up with that. Hey, it's a devil that you know. Avoidance feels like relief, right? Delay feels safer. I don't want to have that hard conversation yet. But the cost shows up later as stress, and it shows up as resentment, and it shows up as rework, doing other people's stuff all over again because you didn't hold the line and have that hard conversation. Good morning, David Zemchek. Yeah, you have a fantastic day as well. I used to have this issue with different situations where I always felt like I could have a hard conversation, but I a lot of times would avoid it because it was uncomfortable. Frankly, it's just a pain. I shouldn't have to have it, right? Just do your stuff, man. Act right. Come on, people. Good morning, people, says Dustin, right? Maybe it was like a performance issue I didn't address, right? Either with a sub or an employee, or an attitude I tolerated. Well, we don't know what kind of mood Johnny's going to be in today, and we sculpt our whole day around that. Okay, maybe it was an expectation you assumed was understood, right? Like Bubba says, eat that frog, get it done. Maybe it was an expectation you assumed that was understood, and it wasn't because you weren't clear about it on the front end. So the outcome of not having that hard conversation, is a bigger issue, right? An emotional blow up, more damage to clean up after. It just gets worse, okay? The conversation I avoided did not disappear. It just got more expensive. Simple as that. Yeah, check out Wendy with the links coming in hot with the Job Tread link. Sign up this week and you can get half off for the first 2 months, not 2 free months like I said yesterday. And Eric popped on, is like, that's 50% off for 2 months, Bob. So I fully expect a bill from Job Tread here to arrive anytime. A wise man always said, I know what to do. I must do what I know. I like that. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, this kind of stuff comes up as like things we avoid, right? Performance issues. I mentioned that. Attitude problems, missed expectations, boundary violations, right? Somebody just getting up in your space, or a misaligned role. Somebody just not operating in their lane. Which conversation have you been putting off? Where do you need to have that next hard conversation? Pop it in the chat if you dare. Yeah, Dan Bennett. I don't think Dan likes a hard conversation. Fire Johnny, says Ben. Instructions unclear. Fire department called to put Johnny out. Yep. Bye-bye, Johnny. I don't want to deal with Johnny anymore. You got to shift, right? Like I always talk about the shift. I don't want to make it awkward, right? I don't want to. It's going to be hard, right? What did we talk about yesterday? Clarity now is kindness later. Okay. Nobody can ever accuse you of being a jerk or being mean or whatever if you're just clear. If you're just clear and kind, just be kind. Good morning, Dave Brackett. Yeah, avoidance protects comfort, not leadership. So if you're avoiding that hard conversation, that thing that's got to get talked about, that elephant in the room, you're not being a good leader. You're just being comfortable. You're just taking the easy road. Okay. And you're going to pay the price somewhere down the line. It's going to be more expensive. It's going to be more hurtful. Somebody's going to feel that you're disingenuous because you didn't tell them sooner. Okay. Wendy says, Bubba says it's a 10-day trial now. Yes, it is. So we'll fix that, Bubba. Thank you. Yeah, we're doing a 10-day trial inside the DSA at the Rosenberg Group. So, man, we're screwing up all over the place this week. Wendy, I'll take that one. So, how about a little framework, okay, for having hard conversations, right? You're like, Bob, well, that's great. You know, you don't mind this stuff because on the DISC scale, you're like a D and an I, right? But I'm over here as an S and a C, and I don't really like that stuff. It's not good. How about this? Number one, name the issue. Let's identify what it is, what happened, or what's going on, without emotion or accusation. Okay, just name the issue. Number two, state the impact. By the way, where's Locke and Yin today? They here? I've seen them. State the impact. Like what? Why does it matter? What's going on? What it affects? What kind of ripple it's creating across the company, or whatever, or in your relationship. So name the issue. State the impact. Number three, reinforce the standard. Still got it up there. I almost packed up this whole shelf yesterday, but I waited. Reinforce the standard, guys. What should happen moving forward? Like, what should we do moving forward? How do we move on from here? And then number four, agree on the next steps. Set that clear expectation. Okay? Clear ownership. So I'm going to run through them again. Number one, hard conversation framework. Number one, name the issue. What are the facts? Okay, what happened without emotion, without accusation? Don't be a jerk. Okay. Number two, state the impact, why it matters, what it affects, how it's affecting everybody in the company. Number three, reinforce the standard. What should happen moving forward? Where are we going from here? And then agree on those next steps with clear expectations and clear ownership. Okay. Hard conversations don't require harshness, guys. They require clarity. Bubba says, moving forward, I'm not sure we are going to renew your daily live endorsements if you keep screwing up. Well, the good news is it won't affect me financially because we just a bunch of non-paid sponsors around here. Oh, boy, what time is it? Michael Moeller, Ben wants to know what time it is. Good to see you, buddy. You don't come here for abuse. Dan Bennett showed up at 7 today in Texas. Oh, man. Yeah. How about that debt payment, right? For leadership. Like if you're not dealing with it, you're in that leadership debt. Thank you, Rachel. I appreciate it. Filling in for Yin with my notes today. What about us cat lovers, says Lee. Don't get me started, man. Don't get me started on the cats. Oh, yeah. Check out the links. Wendy's popping in there. She's going crazy here. Yeah, Dan's out of town. He's here though, you know. So, hey, write down one conversation you're avoiding. Okay, put it in the chat if you dare, but you don't want get too personal, right? Write it down. Maybe scratch it off to the side. You know, I've been wanting to talk to that sub about the fact that, you know, he always shows up 2 days late, or he never is on time, or he doesn't. I'm going to talk to the electrician about sweeping up all those clippings on the hardwood, brand new hardwood floor. Okay, I'm going to talk to that guy about that. This is a broom. This is how you use the broom. Yeah. So write down one hard conversation. I'm joking, guys, but serious. Write it down. Okay. Identify the standard that's being violated. Hey, listen, we leave the place broom clean every day. Okay. That's our standard. Need some help with that. Good morning, Locke. Starting to worry about you. And then just schedule that conversation. Schedule the conversation. I like when I've got to have a hard conversation, I kind of walk myself into a corner. I either schedule the meeting or I say to somebody, hey, I've got to we need to have a conversation. I knew I'd flush out an electrician or two. Waiting for Luke McGee to send a zinger over my bow here. Jubal, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, schedule that conversation or just say it. Rip the Band-Aid off. Talk about the elephant in the room. Hey, man, you got a few minutes here? I just got to talk to you about a few things. You know, just going to have a conversation. Yeah, you guys fashionably late today. Okay. So if you have to have a hard conversation, schedule it. Okay, get it on the calendar. Talk about what the standard is, and then talk about how it's not being met and the steps to go forward from there. Okay, very simple, and just be kind, like Patrick Swayze said in Roadhouse. Always be nice, or something like that. Always be nice until it's time to not be nice. Great things never come from your comfort zone. Yeah, says Bubba. Absolutely. Okay, guys, I'm just asking you again, more hypothetical. Like, what conversations are you committing to have? Okay, what are they? Write it down. You don't need to put it in the chat. Bubba's like, yeah, I need to talk to Bob about all that stuff he's saying about me. No, not like that. Okay, what leadership debt are you paying down this week? You'll be surprised how good you feel once you get that off your chest. Okay. You got to do it. You got to have the hard conversation. Which ones are you needing to have this week? Okay. Leadership gets lighter when conversations get clearer. It's as simple as that. Pay down that leadership debt now or keep paying interest later. Courage isn't loud, guys. It's timely. All right. So get after this stuff. Handle your stuff. All right. If you're in a leadership position, you got to take care of business. Simple as that. Mic drop. That's what I got for you. Okay, have those hard conversations. You'll feel better. You won't be grumbling and walking around and throwing up all over the people that love you all the time about something you're not happy with. Dan Bennett says the 720 guy. Yeah, Dan's like, what are you talking about? I'm an hour early. This ain't Rhode Island time, baby. So, guys, if this helped, resonated with you in some way, pop a fist pump in the chat. If you would consider sharing it, I would love that. Wendy, did you get the Jess Novak podcast link in there? Hope you did. Hope you popped that in there. Guys, check out that podcast. It's a good one. We had a lot of fun, a great conversation. Jess was a great guest. So we'll do it again sometime. Dave, I missed your comment. Don't let the person's emotion affect your emotions during the conversation. Yeah. Don't try to control their emotions, but recognize the emotion and keep it real. This from a guy who would just as soon go out in the parking lot with you and figure it out anytime. I'm just kidding. We grow, though, right? We really grow. You've done well, Dave. It's not easy, right? It's not easy having those conversations. You don't want to, if you've got a heart at all, you don't want to make someone feel bad. You don't want to in a work situation make somebody feel like they're not living up to the standard or missing the mark. But you as the leader, that's your role, is to hold the line, to maintain the standard. Okay. And if you're trying to create a legacy, those are the things that you need to do. Speaking of social media, no. Do you need a social media manager? Hit Bailey up on social, 21 Digital. Check her out. A few of you guys are using her already for things with your business. Talked to my man Tyler Kirk this morning, and he's doing some stuff for me, getting organized, and he's the man when it comes to your digital footprint. I don't know if that's the right word, but websites, SEO, your marketing, helping you get noticed. And Tyler is getting more and more adept at utilizing AI to make sure that you get brought to the top, brought to the front when somebody does search for your business. So it matters, guys. Pay attention to that stuff. If you want to have a conversation with Tyler, just grab his link right there and let him know you heard about him on hashtag Live 365, the premier morning show. Oh shit. Just let him know that you know me, and he'll give you the red carpet treatment. Won't cost any less, but he'll treat you well. Maybe treat you worse when he realizes you know me. So yeah, guys, I appreciate it. Thanks for all the great comments today. Yeah, go Tyler Kirk, says Elizabeth Greer. Yeah, he's great, isn't he? So Dave says, just in case. Well, we could just, go outside. It reminds me of what was that Good Will Hunting. Some of the best movie lines are in that movie. We could just go outside and figure it out. That's right. Yeah, we know Bo. So yeah, anyway, guys, lots to do today. Got a few calls, things to handle. And in the meantime, I kind of scoot around here and start picking up and moving stuff. It's It's hard to move everything when you still got to live here for a little bit, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We cleaned out. It's amazing. Have you ever dug into your bathroom vanity, like underneath? That's no man's land. No person should ever have to dive in there full depth, right? The things that come out of there, and I've only been here 7 or 8 years. The things that come out of that thing, like, where did this come from? Trash. Had a half a contractor bag full of trash that I couldn't fit back in there out of that vanity. God bless Wendy for tackling it. I got a picture I won't share. So there's the podcast link with Jess Novak. Check it out. Danielle, you'll enjoy that one. Hit it up today. You can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Hey, guys, if you watch something on YouTube that I put out there, do me a favor. Just put a comment in, okay? That helps the algorithm gods look more favorably on it. So if you see something that I've posted on YouTube, like it, share it, subscribe, all that jazz. Hit 360 the other day. Yeah, just burn it all is right, Rachel. I mean, what more do you need? You need a toothbrush, some deodorant, and a comb. try the comb. Instead of 4 different brushes, 4 or 5 different hair apparatus things that have cords on them, right? And you know, those at night when no one's looking, they just get tangled up, right? That's what they do. So, but yeah, we cleaned out a lot of stuff, but we still have a lot of stuff, you know? So anyway, we're getting through it. It's a good time to purge, do all that other stuff, and get ready to rock and roll. So we're excited about it. Good things happening. And yeah, just blessed to be in the spot that we're in, be able to do it together and create a place of our own somewhere someday. We don't know. We'll be homeless, but you know, it's all good. We're just sitting around going, hey, how do we mess this all up? I got to figure out a way to recreate this thing. So I like my bookcase. So when in doubt, throw it out. Those words were said here yesterday, Dave, for sure. Get your stuff and things, as Dave says. You know, got this, got that. You know, your stuff and things. So anyway. All right, guys. As usual, this is going down the gutter in a hurry. That's the time. It's a perfect time to end every party. Now's that time. I appreciate you showing up. What Rachel says, us women need way more things, but I digress. Yeah, I'll give you that for sure. So, hey, no complaints here. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Do something nice for somebody. If you need me, hit me up. Check out the links. Check out the podcast. Share it out. Check out the YouTube page. If you're in our Rosenberg group, don't forget to hop on the DSA. Richard Nordheim is handling the role play call today. So we do live role plays. I'll be on tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern, for a Free Will Friday. So bring your stuff. We'll figure it out. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Take care. Have a great day.